Is the Spanish dream just that, a dream? Or can it at times be a bit of a nightmare? Today we're going to find out. We're going to go over the truth and the reality of what it's like to live here all year round. I'm Sam, welcome to Costa Blanca Stories, and this is your channel if you're interested in all things Costa Blanca, especially in the south of the region, in the Torrevieja, Orihuela Costa part of this province where I am based. So yes, let's get right into it. So, as I asked before, what's it like to live here? What's the reality here? Today's video we're going to go over, in my opinion, the 5 biggest talking points of not only just buying a property here, but seeing if you can maintain a lifestyle here. We're going to go over affordability, we're going to go over infrastructure, we're going to go over healthcare, also crime, and lifestyle. Those are the 5 main talking points for today's video. So let's get right into it. Affordability. Now, as far as affordability goes in 2026, I still believe that this part of Alicante and the Costa Blanca has a lot to offer. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. But if you've watched a few videos by now, you will have seen that I have posted already about the rental crisis here, and also I've done a budget series which was from anywhere from 100k to 200k. So if you're interested in more detailed breakdowns about that, feel free to have a look on the channel. But as far as housing costs are concerned, although this part of Alicante does suffer from the same unfortunate reality as a lot of the different parts of touristic places, such as long-term lets not being as available as we would like because of the seasonal rentals and the summer rentals and all those things. With Torrevieja and Orihuela Costa, as we can see in previous videos, there is a difference in price. Torrevieja is a fair bit cheaper, on average around 25% cheaper in fact, especially with house prices. And so for a 2-bed property in this part of Alicante, you're talking about a decent rental setting you back 700-800 per month for a 2-bed apartment. And as far as the property market is concerned, with a decent 150,000 budget, you can find yourself again a good resale property, again 2 beds, bathroom, in a decent location in either place, walking distance to amenities, and probably a nice communal pool and some parking space also. So as far as housing is concerned, it's not the cheapest in the world, but nor is it the most expensive. As far as running costs to maintain your house, the 3 most important bills that you'll pay likely every month will be electricity, water, and internet. And for those 3 combined, for a single person, it would probably set you back around 150 a month, and for a couple, hitting more towards the 250 range because there are 2 of you. And the same rule applies when it comes to the groceries. If you know Mercadona or you know Consum in the area, then you'll see that the supermarkets here are quite decent with good produce and also good value for money. So again, a single person could, in my opinion, I've done it in the past myself, could live here on a €200 a month budget, and again a couple stretching to 350, 400 because there again are 2 of you. So affordability wise, I think it's definitely there, especially if we compare to other parts of the country. Even in the same province, places like Altea, Denia, Campello, all of these places up there, Calpe, they're more expensive than that's one thing. The north of Alicante is more expensive than the south, that's true. And where we are is more in the south of the region. Let's move on to the second point, which was, if I remember correctly, infrastructure. Now, I would say between Torrevieja and Orihuela Costa, not including the village, but only the coast of Orihuela, there's around 150,000 people on the padrón, on the census. And which is a decent size between the 2 towns. And I think as far as infrastructure is concerned, it does quite well. As with everything, it can always be improved. For example, if you're ever looking on social media, you'll see, for example, from time to time that the trash collection perhaps is not the best. You know, the containers are sometimes overflowing. We've seen things like that before. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes there are some potholes on the road that we wouldn't like. You hit one and you're thinking, okay, mechanic time. And again, that's not good. But again, as somebody who's lived in this area for several years, I still think also there's an onus on the residents and the holidaymakers to also play their part, you know. That's not to say that the town hall is without, you know, we can always criticize, but we also have to look at ourselves and say, okay, listen, maybe we shouldn't be putting all this crap on the street, you know, at the same time. And generally speaking, Torrevieja is better maintained than Orihuela Costa, I would say. And speaking about being better in some regards, you can also argue that for the third point, which is healthcare. The vast majority of healthcare centres and hospitals are in Torrevieja and not in Orihuela Costa. There are 9 medical centres, 6 public, 3 private, and 7 of those are in Torrevieja and only 2 in Orihuela Costa. And as far as hospitals are concerned, the main public hospital is essentially on the border of Torrevieja, so it's still quite close to Orihuela Costa, so both towns share that public hospital. And the only private hospital in the area is the Quirón, which is more in the north of Torrevieja, which is probably 20 minutes by car from Orihuela Costa. So again, it's not so far, but as far as healthcare is concerned, again, for the size of the 2 towns put together, it's still pretty decent, I would say. But again, Torrevieja wins in that regard as far as overall healthcare is concerned. Now, the next point is the most controversial of the 5, crime. How can I put it in a way that doesn't make me come across as not understanding the situation? Like I said, I've lived here for several years. I don't want to scaremonger, nor do I want to say, look, where we live is like Beverly Hills. But again, it's not the ghetto either. That's the point. So again, in all my years living here, I've honestly never had any problems. That does not diminish anybody else who's had genuine problems, but I'm just telling you where I stand. Now, because we live, or because I live, maybe you also, this is a very touristic area. There are a lot of people here, Spanish, international, both Spanish and international. It's a big mix community. More so Orihuela Costa than Torrevieja, but still a lot of international people all over the place. And especially in times like the summer, there's going to be more pickpocketing. There's going to be that hugger-mugger situation where they're like, hey, and then they steal your necklace and they take your watch. There's also, of course, as with everywhere, there's some drug things going on behind the scenes. That happens, again, almost everywhere. But again, like I said, for me, I feel safe here. And in fact, if you want to go even further than that, go into the data and the statistics, both Torrevieja and Orihuela Costa and Spain in general have less reported crime than the likes of London or the UK. So if we're talking stats, we're safer here than in our home countries, especially if you're from the UK, as I am. And so my 10 years in Spain, I have never really felt unsafe. But like I said, that doesn't take away the fact that that things do happen. You should keep your wits about you. You should be observant and vigilant. But like I said, for the most part, I wouldn't be making these videos if I didn't love where I live. You know, I'm not trying to sell you a fake reality. I'm just telling you what it's like being on the ground and being here all year round, not just for 2 weeks in the summer or for a week at Christmas or Easter, you know? And speaking of which, as I said, I make these videos because I genuinely love where I live. And this also goes to the last point, which is lifestyle. One thing that I truly believe that this part of Spain offers is a fantastic lifestyle from the moment you enter Torrevieja to the moment you leave Orihuela Costa. Anywhere from La Mata to the center of Torrevieja to between the lakes to the start of Orihuela Costa and Punta Prima, all the way to Campo Amor, everything in between, Via Martin at the back. I honestly couldn't tell you a better place that I've ever been to, with all of those things considered. You know, I've spent a lot of time in different parts of Spain, in Madrid, in Valencia, in Malaga, in Alicante, and this was an absolute hidden gem for me, this part of the country. You know, like I said, you have beach, you have golf, you have lakes, you have mountains not too far if you want to drive. But like I said, in close proximity, you have so many interesting microcosms, micro-urbanizations, micro-neighborhoods that all offer their own commercial units, their own little bit of lifestyle, some more luxury than others, some more humble than others, but genuinely and generally, it's a fantastic place to live, you know. And I just wanted to make this video today because I know that as I said before, we see these things online and we wonder, you know, what's it actually like to live there. And as somebody who's lived here for years, I think I can speak in a way that is genuine. And again, if you disagree, then feel free to tell me in the comments. You know, again, I'm not an expert on everything and anything, but I think as somebody who lives here and who's interested and involved in real estate and lifestyle and things like that, I think I come from a decent perspective and position. But as I said, this to me is the reality of living in this part of Spain all year round. If you think differently or you agree with me, tell me in the comments, what do you think? Are you somebody who comes here once a year, twice a year? Do you live here? Are you spending months at a time here? Tell me in the comments. And if you do like this kind of content, then as I said before, please do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you did stick around until the end, thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.